Hi everyone, how are you all? Here I am from rainy Bray in County Wicklow in Ireland, and I've just popped on to introduce myself and tell you all a little bit about myself. Obviously, I know you know my name is Vivienne Cardin, and I'm a spiritual medium and angel channeler. So Allie had asked me would I come on and just give a little introduction and tell you all what I do. So I said, yes, okay, no problem whatsoever. And hi, Sally, how are you? So we've got some people coming on already. Hi, Caroline. Wowzers, I didn't even put this up because I wasn't sure when I was going to get it done. So this is fabulous. So here I am in Bray, County Wicklow, and we're in the Emerald Isle of Ireland, the beautiful Emerald Isle. And I'm going to be a part of this wonderful group of facilitators called the Consciousness Creators. So how's about that? Monday will be my night, and we'll be beginning in January. And to be honest, I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Just to say a little bit about what I do. So spiritual mediumship is basically the ability to be able to connect with your loved ones in spirit. And that's what I do. I connect with your loved ones, and I have my own business in that. I also then am an angel channeler, and that is quite different. That's channeling angels, so I connect with them. So I suppose a little bit about myself and how I got into this. So being a medium, really, I suppose I was born into it. My father and my grandfather were both mediums. That's as far back as I know. I'm not really sure about further back than that, but they were. And I believe it's also on my mum's side of the family as well. So always through my life, that was there, and it was there very much as part of growing up, you know. And I could see spirit from the time I was teeny tiny, and it went on. And to be honest, I kind of backed away from it for a bit, because as a young child, it can kind of, you know, it can give you a little bit of the heebie-jeebies when you're very, very young. So I didn't really understand it, and that was all that it was. Until really I got older and went away from it for so long in my teens, and then began to come back to it. And then when I had my third child, a daughter, everything just blew open again, as they say. So it was very much that it was now or never. So I went off and I did all my studying, trained in the UK, met wonderful, wonderful people. And yeah, that's what I did. So then I work full time now as a spiritual medium. My connection with the angels is one of, it came out of, well, I suppose, bad times in life, I guess you want to say. So I'm just going to say hi, Sally, hi, Caroline, hi, Aisling, hi, Lorraine. Hello. So that would have been many years ago. I went to a place called Medjugorje in Bosnia, not knowing now, of course, any of the story of the place at all. Really only went there, I suppose, just to pacify someone else who kept asking me to go, and I did. But I was in a really bad place in my life. So I went, and when I went there, I went up what they call Apparition Hill, and I continued on up because I had been told that this is where this lady will come to speak to Ivan, the visionary. I still didn't really know the whole story and really wasn't all that interested. Again, like I said, I was not in a good place. So that night, I went up that hill and up higher and higher, and well, what I saw that night changed my life forever. I've never been the same since, but I mean that in a good way. I saw a beautiful, beautiful lady in the sky, complete with stars around the bottom of her feet. And I saw three angels, three beautiful, beautiful angels. And they came over and they were above me. And there's no words to describe what I felt that night. But I know what I saw, and I know what I felt. And the overriding, I suppose, feeling was one of absolute calm, peace, but mostly it was pure and utter love. It was so strong. I don't know how to say it, because, you know, I don't think we've created the words to describe it yet. I later found out afterwards that the lady that appears, Our Lady, she comes accompanied by 3 angels, always. Of course, I never knew that because I hadn't made it my business to check any of it out. I've never been back since, but would love to go back. But it will stay with me until I go home to the spirit world. Because since then, they have connected with me on so many levels. It's incredible. I speak to them daily. I see them around people. I channel their meditations, which are very, very successful. I've been doing that for kind of quite some years now. They're very healing meditations, and they're uplifting, and they give people a great sense of peace and calm. I suppose just like the angels gave to me that time, you know. So I'm very blessed in the fact that I can see all of them. I can see spirit and the angels. And so I work as a medium, an angel channeler. I work teaching, lecturing, publishing, and also then I would, you know, give readings, channel the meditations, and run my own workshops. And it goes on and on and on with many events that are always well received. But, you know, the thing about it is that we're all in this world together, all on this planet. And this consciousness, it's vast, you know. And I've seen other worlds, and I've seen other dimensions. And I'm a very, very practical person, I might add. I'm not airy-fairy in the least. And I know what I've seen. And I know when you see these things, you just can't take them away, and you won't let anyone take them away from you either. But also there's the unseen, and there's so much that we need to explore and that we need to know and we need to find out about. So what better way to do it than to come together with some of the world's best in this form that is going to be incredible. I mean, the whole month of January, what a way to kickstart your new year, you know? I mean, look at the lineup that is there. We've got Allie, of course, my beautiful friend. Allie, she's the law of attraction practitioner, one of the best that there is. Let me just see now. I know I've got the names, but I have to just see what everybody's doing, because if I get this wrong, can you imagine the trouble I'll be in? It's only because it's kind of, what time is it here now? It's after 5, but it's been a really long day so far. So we do have, as of course, we have Bryon Smith, and you know, Liose is, sorry, I'm just going to get this up again. Where did you go on me? Everyone that knows me knows I'm not very technological. So we have Liose. And Liose, I'm sure you've seen, he creates beautiful, beautiful music and beautiful songs that are spiritual and uplifting. So he will be doing that because that's what he does. He's a music artist. Where's my tongue gone? He's a music artist, but spiritually as well. We have Colette. She's a tapping girl, you know, and she's amazing. We have Sheb, and I know she's a life coach. And again, these are all amazing people in their field. They're the best of the best. We have Tony Doyle, of course, and you know, Tony, Tony is, he's a coach as well, and I'm not sure the difference, but I know that Sheb does the life coaching and Sheb does the mindset coaching. So what you're getting there is you're getting something for every single aspect of you, mind, body, and soul. So how cool is that, you know? We do have Jason Stephenson, of course, and we all know him from his meditations, the wonderful meditations that he runs on his own YouTube channel. And really and truly, you know, the lineup, I haven't left anyone out there. No, there's just the 7 of us. And it's a real honor for me to be a part of this, I have to say. And thank you to Allie and to all our co-creators, because this is something very unique. And this is the first time that it's being done. So do jump on board. It's all free, and you know, sign up to the page. Just jump onto the page. You will not be disappointed, because each one of us are so different in what we do, and yet we've all got that common denominator, you know, which is the consciousness creators, because we all know that there's just so much more out there that we need to learn about. So I am going to leave it with you at that. And I can't wait to get going. I can't wait. So January can't come quick enough. But you know what? In the meantime, from me here in the Emerald Isle, I wish you all a wonderful and peaceful Christmas. No matter where you are, what religion you are, what culture you are, it does not matter. Just this holiday season, I wish you a lovely, lovely time. And I also wish you a beautiful new year, and I will see you in the new year. As I said, I'm on Mondays. I will be doing all things spiritual connected to spirit and to the angels. So I can't wait. So I'll see you all soon, if that's okay. See you all then. Love and light and blessings and angel blessings to you all. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.
Hey, are we live? What's going on, co-creators? My name is Tony Doyle. I'm just logging on here for a quick introduction. Wanted to let you know I'm super excited to be part of the facilitators of this group, the Consciousness Creators Summit. Can't wait for January. It's going to be a great time. I'm sure you guys are starting to get familiar with all the rest of your facilitators and admins. But this is a co-creating space, so I want to make sure you guys know that we want all, I guess there's a little over 600 at this point, but we want all you guys, you know, in on the mix. So once again, my name is Tony Doyle, and just a little bit about myself for those who don't know me. I am a mindset coach. I work in transformational mindset realm. I'm a certified coach with the International Coaching Federation. I'm a facilitator and trainer with Mind Valley, author with Hay House, 3 times TEDx speaker. What else? I don't know. Anyway, a lot of stuff, but I am so looking forward to January popping around here, and I hope you guys are ready to manifest your dreams in 2019, because that's what we're here for. We're going to raise the vibration. We're going to increase the consciousness of our group, and I want you guys to share. We're over 600 now, but that's in 2 weeks, so I really think we could probably push. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. Let's see if we can get to that. How about this? I'm going to do a personal giveaway. If we can get to 1,000, I'm going to do a personal giveaway for every member of the group. So that means that's up to all you guys to share it out to your friends, okay? So conscious friends, obviously we have some rules, so let's pay attention to the rules, because when you get big groups like this, it gets kind of muddled, and we want to make sure we're getting the best out of it. So once again, I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know kind of what I do. I do take requests. I'll be in the group live every Tuesday, but you'll probably see me popping in and out all week throughout the month of January at least. But I'll take requests. Like I said, I'm going to do a lot of stuff on paradigm shifts and kind of the nuts and bolts of raising consciousness, keeping your vibration high, all of that type of thing. So if you've got any of those type of questions, like what to do, what processes to use, those types of things, feel free to put them in the group, and I'll try to address them on my lives. I'm sure some of the other facilitators will do the same. Obviously, you've seen some of the other, and we kind of all overlap. You know what I mean? So you've got, let's see, let me just run down the list real quick here. So Vivienne, is on Monday. She's a spiritual medium. I'm on Tuesdays, of course. Colette, Tapping Girl, she is on Wednesdays, and she does a lot with the law of attraction as well. The amazing Luke Bryan Smith will be on Thursday, and he is also self-empowerment. Jason Stephenson, who needs no introduction, is on Friday with meditation, and I'm sure lots of other musings. He's amazing. Miss Allie herself will be on Saturdays, and you know all the stuff that she does. Law of Attraction specialist, of course. She also does a lot of the same stuff that I do, and we collaborate a lot. And then the amazing Sheb will be on Sunday, who's specialized in health and wellness, and she also is a coach, and she's done tons and tons of stuff. Worked with Tony Robbins and a bunch of other people as well. So I think the lineup's pretty good. I hope you guys are as excited as we are. I wish we could get started right away. So I hope you guys are like thinking about it, because remember, this group is about getting you guys ready for the best 2019. So you guys should be kind of getting in the mentality now. You got a couple weeks left. So you should start probably thinking about some goals. I don't know if you guys do the traditional type of thing, but I like to set goals, vision boards, those type of things. So that's not something we wait around to until the 1st necessarily. So you might want to start thinking about that kind of stuff. Anyway, but like I said, if you have any requests, feel free to put it in the group. I'll be popping in and out, as will the rest of the admins. Hey everybody, glad to see you there. I see all your comments going across. I just want to pop in, pop out. I actually have to jump on a live with Trent Sheldon, one of my other co-creators from Rehab Time, very shortly here. So I just wanted to pop on and say hi to you guys. Like I said, if you need anything, one thing I will mention, I did open up some space on my private page. So any of you guys who aren't my friends already who want to, feel free to request me over there. I'm normally maxed out at 5,000, but kind of opened up some more space. I added a bunch of people from Allie's Vibe Tribe already. So, but if you're not already, give me a request and I'll put you on over there. So, all right, great to meet everybody, and can't wait to get to know you a little bit better. We'll see you soon. January is right around the corner. Have a good one.
Good morning, campers. Okay, it is Colette, Tapping Girl here, as promised. Let's see. I'm going to wait for a minute, see if anybody comes in. I am here this morning to introduce myself. And first of all, I have to show you, I never wear two of the same because I have so many fabulous earrings, Christmas earrings, that I love wearing two different ones because everybody notices it. So I'm going to be introducing myself here in a minute. I'm just going to kind of sit here for a minute and let's see who shows up. There's Deb. Hey. There's Scott. And here's Scott. Yeah, my husband knows he better show up. I always tell people, it's crazy because my family won't tap, but my husband will because he wants to stay married. Anyway, I'm going to be telling you here about who I am and what's going on and all that fun stuff. Let's see, stop that thing, start it. Just a couple minutes of hello, Rhode Island. I'm in Indiana, Deb. Thank you. Me too. I tell you what, I have a whole ace bandage full of them. I just have all these great tricks of ways I do things. If you don't know about putting your earrings on an ace bandage, you just go buy the ones like you wrap around your leg. I know this has nothing to do with me or what I'm doing, but then you hang it in the closet, and then you can put all of your earrings on there. You just hook them on. Been doing it for years and years. In fact, I think all the juice is about out of my ace bandage. All right. So now that we've been on here, oh, you grew up in Ohio. Okay, so you're right next door to me. Well, I am, let's see, I was born and I was born and raised in Fort Wayne. I actually moved to Indianapolis when I was 14. So I've been here for just a couple years. No, I've been here most of my life. So Indianapolis is home. And we actually moved to, I guess you call it a suburb. It's actually now a city outside of Indianapolis. We're in Fishers, Indiana. So, yeah, great to see you. Look at me, starting out giving you good tips on how to take care of your earrings and stuff instead of having being a big wad, okay? All right, so let me tell you who I am. Let's get this party started. My name is Colette Liose, and I go by Tappin' Girl. Why am I called Tappin' Girl? Okay, let's back up. First of all, tapping. What is it? If you know about it, stick around because chances are I'm going to talk about it in ways you haven't heard before, okay? And even if you have, you never know when you might hear something new, so just stick with me. Okay, look at Tony. Tony's all over the place. All right, good to see you here, Tony. So, in, let's see, 11 years ago, again, I was just a baby. Actually, I was 49 years old. And my life was loaded with fear and anxiety, and I wasn't a very happy camper. I had a beautiful home. I should have been thrilled. I'm at home, should be throwing rose petals. Hey, Joelle, and all of that kind of stuff. And basically, what happened was, like we all do, you know, in that moment of darkness, the dark night of the soul, whatever, I got myself into such a really bad way because, right, we understand how law of attraction works, most of us, right? And that is, the more I was panicking and fearing and worrying, the more I was panicking and fearing and worrying, okay? And it got worse and worse and worse, to where I was like, oof, it was about the third time in my life I'd worked myself into such an emotional tither. And so that was about the time, it seems like, that The Secret came out. And while I'd already been learning from Louise Hay and all of those other things, I actually was led to the tapping. Now, it was just a crazy story how it happened. Over 3 weeks, I kept getting led to it. And just because I'm a little out there anyway, and I've kind of been leading edge about, MLMs and some other things that I've done, I was like, I'm not doing that. It looks crazy. Okay, so what is tapping? Tapping is known as emotional freedom technique. It was actually developed by Gary Craig in the mid-90s. He rolled it out to the world. It came from work that a psychologist, Roger Callahan, had been doing, where he was combining the knowledge of the meridian systems that are mapped out in the body with modern psychological concepts, sabotage, self-fulfilling prophecy, all of those things that, why am I getting what I'm getting? So what happened was, here I was seeing the tapping on the computer 3 different weekends. I was led to it, and I'm going, no way. That looks nuts. I'm not doing it, okay? So what happened was, after the 3rd week, I thought, well, let's try it, okay? So I actually found another tapping practitioner on YouTube, followed along with him for a few minutes. I did that for about 3 weeks, and nothing. Every day I'd sit there with my coffee, I'd do my little tapping thing, and be like, wow, okay, nothing, right? 3 weeks comes. I am sitting in front of this 8-minute video, boohoo sobbing. It took me, at 8 minutes a day, it took me 3 weeks to start bringing up emotional garbage that had been buried for a long time. Some of us have heard the things, emotions buried alive never die. So what tapping really does is helps bring up these emotions, okay? I teach this whole concept about the difference between express and suppress, okay? A lot of people with law of attraction will tell you never speak a negative word, and here I come along and I'm going to tell you, oh no, we're going to do some rant tapping. We're going to throw them MFers under the bus, okay? Why? Because when I'm suppressing that negative emotion, it's living in here anyway, okay? But why? Because we have this brain thinks a thought, okay? If it's scary, fearful, negative, sad, disappointing, distraught, whatever it is, we are now having a chemical dump into the body. Okay, so when that is happening, those chemicals go into the body, cortisol, adrenaline, insulin, okay, and it goes to the organs, and that's why the emotion feels so real. So what tapping, emotional freedom technique, actually does in the way that I explain it is, it stops the chemical dump. So let's say, I use as an example, let's say that you don't know why, but when you meet people along comes this guy in a red shirt, and you don't know why, but you just don't like him. You just don't like him. You don't know why. But maybe when you were little, maybe somebody yelled at you in a red shirt, and you still have that emotional hit when you see the red shirt, okay? So what the tapping actually does, like I said, we're feeling off, we're feeling negative. All depression is. Anybody out there dealing with depression? Hang on. Help is on the way, okay? Because all depression is long-time anger turned inward. Okay, it's like finally gets to what the use, just done under. Okay, so what the tapping does is actually addresses that. So here I was tapping along for 3 weeks, and then I kind of started to dig in, and because I'm kind of a stubborn girl and I got to do things on my own, okay, I started tapping on all kinds of stories and all kinds of stuff that had grown up gone on growing up. I am number 6 of 9, and there were some things that went on when I was very little I'm just now figuring out at 60. This year, I just turned 60 in August. Listen, if you would have ever heard the words come out of me, it's the best time to be alive, and I hope I'm here till 100, you would not have heard me say that before the age of 50. So that I am a testament to the tapping, because when we have those negative emotions go on and we're tapping and we interrupt that process, over time, we actually are changing our brain. There's Hebb's law that says neurons that fire together wire together, and when we're tapping and we interrupt that chemical dump, we're actually shrinking those neural connections going on so that we can go on to the positive stuff. And I really do teach this now as brain science so that you can understand that it's like most of us got the manual for the toaster and we're the microwave, okay? Now, when you first walk up to a microwave, it can be pretty intimidating, okay? My husband just had me walk him through the other night how you change the power level, okay? But once somebody shows how you do that, you get wonderful things out of the microwave or the computer or the whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. So over this last 11 years, I just started helping people. I just started helping people tap out stories, tap out garbage. I love looking for the psychological concepts and the psychological aspects of what we do. I just adore finding that, because when someone comes to me and they're marrying their third alcoholic, and they don't understand why, and we can go in and find that story and tap it out, then all of a sudden it's like shining the light on the dewiness that's there, or the water, and it just evaporates. When you put sunlight on dew, doesn't it evaporate? Man, I love the way I get this stuff. So when we are doing the tapping and we are allowing ourselves to feel those negative emotions, okay, instead of suppressing them, we're expressing them. Now I got room for the good stuff, okay? So my story over 11 years has been that listen, I'll be tapping the rest of my life, okay? Whatever tool it is you get from this group, whether it's meditation, whether it's, learning new mindset tools from Tony, whether it's doing the tapping with me or the health and wellness stuff with Sheb, or following along with Jason's and Allie's tapping or meditations, okay? Just so you know, I even tap to their meditations. So to me, tapping is a whole continuum of tapping out the garbage, being at neutral, and tapping in the good stuff, okay? I absolutely adore what I do. I love changing lives. I do it on the daily. I do it one-on-one. I do it in group. I have a show a couple times a month on Hamilton County Television that I just love doing because I get to teach the tapping. And so it's a little counterintuitive, because what we're doing, like I said, is we're actually focusing on the negative. And I have some people like, oh no, we don't want to tap that in. And I said, look, okay, y'all are going to love this, okay? I've been teaching for years that tapping's like bird poop. How does a bird know how to poop white on a dark car and dark on a white car? It's the billion-dollar question, right? How does tapping know what I'm tapping out and what I'm tapping in? You just got to know that your inner being, your higher self, your isness knows what to dump and what to keep, okay? Once we start addressing it. So I love doing it because I just love seeing people change. I just love having them come into their own power. When we start dumping that fearful stuff that we're afraid to be aware of, yes, and I do it using the understanding of the law of attraction, absolutely, and that's why we always come full circle round to the positive stuff, okay? The good things, all right? Because I have a really, really good understanding of law of attraction, okay? And that what I'm able to do is take those things that are going on, show how law of attraction's getting me more, we start to tap them out, and then we move over to the positive stuff. So I just got done actually with my live over on my page. So anybody who want to get some pre-summit tapping, go find me on my Colette Liose or my Tap and Grow page, and you can do those taps and see kind of how I function and operate. I just love changing minds. Another thing that I want you to know is that whatever happens in the mind expresses in the body. So if you're dealing with pain or illness, that there is always a negative emotional driver. And when we get to those emotional drivers, okay, all kinds of cool ways that, you know, we find out how we're doing things. I give you an example from my own life. Was after I had been doing the tapping for a few years, that what happened was I actually started to use it on the smoking. I had been a cigarette smoker and for 38 years. Now, I never had any negative side effects from it, okay? But I just knew it wasn't a good idea, okay? So I actually, for about 2 months, just did the tapping on all the psychological aspects, all the things they tell you, like, oh, you're going to want one the rest of your life, it's going to be hard all the time, and I really started blowing those thoughts, ideas, and beliefs out of the water. You're going to gain weight. My mother smoked, and that was the psychological connection there. So when I went in and I looked at all of those things and I started tapping to release them, I'm telling you, this is how the tapping works. It feels magical. It's not magical. It's brain-body science, okay? But when you tap out enough of those emotional drivers, whether it's for pain, relationships, money, your body, body weight, work, okay, oaths and vows that you've taken, chakra garbage in there, okay, when you start doing that, then you find yourself making different choices and decisions. And I will tell you, honest to God, I am not lying when I tell you that after I had tapped for a couple months on all of the psychological aspects, okay, the BS, I just stopped one day. And it still blows me away because it was so seamless. I had no withdrawal. I did not gain any weight. My husband still smoked for 3 months and I didn't even care. Normally when we would, you know, quit, see, did you notice I call it stopping? Language is huge. So I connect all these dots for you, okay? One other thing that I wanted to tell you is to just remember this, okay? That we are going to be talking about the negative. We will be bringing it up while we're tapping so we can dump that garbage out of that's dumping into our body, stop that, interrupt that process, so then we can put in the positive stuff. I'm looking to see if I had any other note. Oh, I'm Wednesday. Sorry, forgot to tell you. I'm your Wednesday connection. I don't know what days everybody does. Allie has it posted up there in the top. I'm your Wednesday girl. My plan is to come on at 8:30 Eastern time on Wednesdays. I am in Eastern time zone. So I'll be doing that. We'll be talking about different law of attraction concepts, and then we'll do some tapping to it. And that way you can see how I work. You can start to get budge. And just so you know, even if the day we come on, it is not your issue, stick around and tap, okay? Because tapping does a body good, okay? And what do I mean by that? Let's say that your issue is your foot and we're talking about relationships. Even by addressing the negative emotion in relationships, you may get relief in your feet, because I was led when I found the tapping to start to involve the Louise Hay Heal Your Body book. I was divinely led to that in no time at all, where when somebody tells me what's going on with their body, I can kind of follow that map, and before you know it, we find the crappy negative emotional experience where maybe that got locked in there, or at least one of them. And so even just by you tapping along with us, you will get movement on an issue. It might take you a couple days to look for it, to find it, okay? You might notice somebody says something to work and all of a sudden you're not triggered, okay? I get stuff like that all the time with people. Some of the amazing things besides the smoking that I've been able to do for people, I have one client I worked with who had plantar fasciitis. We tapped it out in 40 minutes. 40 minutes. It was absolutely amazing, okay? I've helped people who are in an 8, 9, 10 in back pain all the time, get them down to a 2, or at least get 2 days of relief. Now, if we're tapping and the pain comes back, all it means is you got more snarky garbage in there. Really simple, okay? So, I've been on here probably long enough. One thing I am going to do for you, okay? Oh, yeah. It's now my favorite song. I got everybody tapping and singing about I Am Enough. So, I sing and tap I Am Enough to the tune of You Are My Sunshine. Now, just so you know, no nasty comments. I'm really not, singing is not my profession. Okay, this is just something I got onto, all right? That's right. They don't understand how their emotions affect them physically. And let me tell you, I have people say to me, oh, I got x-rays and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, great. And then we move on. All right. So this will show you the tapping spots and a great song that you can sing between now and the beginning of January if you want. In the meantime, you can always come over on Tuesday, get some tapping with me, find my shows, all those things. Okay. So here we go. You ready? All right. So right here on the eyebrows, this next spot is called the side of the eye. The next one's called under the eye. Pretty complex, right? Then this is under the nose. This is the chin. This is called the collarbone. Okay, right here is under the arm. For women, it's about 4 inches under the bra strap. For men, it's 4 inches under the. It's the middle of the bra strap. For men, it's 4 inches down from the armpit, top of the head. Okay, the reason we use top of the head, and it does look crazy, I understand. There are hundreds of meridian points that come together up here, okay? So here we go. We're going to do my song. You ready? And you can come listen to this and then get it in your head, because Lute, see, teaches through music. And the reason he teaches through music is because he knows you get a song in your head, okay? And we also know, all of those on here that are going to be teaching you know, when you repeat it, okay? That is how you get the knowing. So here we go. I am enough now, I am enough now, I am enough now, I was born this way. I am enough now, I am enough now, and nobody can take that away. Now I got a few people on here that I've worked with who know that is a song that I want them singing and tapping in. They walk their dogs and do it. They do it in front of the mirror, all kinds of ways. So, getting ready to sign out. I'll be your Wednesday girl in the month of January. I will be on here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. Okay? So, like I always say at the end of my show and the end of my tapping now, if you got any questions, put them in the thread. But what I'm going to tell you is, until I see you people next time, keep tapping into you. Alrighty? See you later.
Everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Luke Bryon Smith, and I'm part of the Conscious Creator Summit, and I create self-empowerment music. I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering what that means. And what I do basically is I infuse my life lessons, what I've learned in life, as well as research that I've done through books and seminars and whatnot. Books by authors and philosophers and coaches such as Napoleon Hill, Eckhart Tolle, Bob Proctor, Abraham Hicks, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and many more. And I infuse that into the music that I create with the intentions of raising the vibrations of myself as well as others, and gearing your mindset towards success and peace and love and happiness. We all know that music is a very powerful tool. It's very powerful, affirmations. It taps into our emotions, and we sing along with the lyrics. And I'm a firm believer that what we repeat to ourselves, what we sing to ourselves, has a lot to do with what manifests in our lives, as well as the feelings that we have and what our mindset. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Chris. Hello, Steve. How's it going? So starting in the month of January 2019, I will be working with 6 other amazing people. Each of us has a day assigned to us during the week, and I'll be on Thursdays. The time still being determined. I'm not sure what time yet, but I will let you know as soon as possible. And I really look forward to working with you and sharing and learning from you as well, and working with the amazing people that I'm working with. And I'm fortunate to be able to work with 2 people that also inspire the music that I create, which is Allie and Jason Stephenson. A lot of what I've listened to them say and I've watched them do, I infuse that into the music that I create as well. And I hope those of you that hasn't listened to some of the music that I'm inspired to create, we'll give it a listening. Check it out. You can find me on YouTube. My channel is Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. You can also check out my album entitled Truth. It's on all the major music streaming services. And I'm currently in the studio as we speak right now, finishing up my next album that'll be released in January as well, entitled Luminosity. Thank you. Peace, love, and happiness be with you. Thank you.
Good morning, my friends, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Jason Stephenson, and this is a short introduction, a little bit about myself and my role that I'm going to be playing in Consciousness Creators coming up in January. And before I rattle on any further, I'd just like to ask you, can you guys hear me okay? And is the sound okay? I would really appreciate that if you could just let me know, because I've been switching over microphones here and I'm not sure if you're able to hear me okay. Hello, Sarah and Tanya and Allie and Paul. Allie says yes, and Kimberly, Debbie. Lovely to see you guys. Great, the sound is perfect. We can hear you and see you. Hey Tanya, it's been a long time, I know. And Laurie. Yeah, this is just a quick introduction on myself, because I know, well, a lot of you don't know who I am because there's 7 instructors here. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a rundown on myself. And I'm here because I'm doing the Consciousness Creators because I'm focusing a lot on meditations, on guided meditations. I'm going to be doing some affirmations as well, and some little bits of coaching thrown into the mix. So I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, just better pin this up and say hello to everyone. Thanks, Paul and Debbie. Kimberly, welcome. Lorraine, lovely to see you guys. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sending you a ton of love. It's morning time here. It's 8 a.m. in Australia, New South Wales. And so let me tell you a little bit about myself. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing today. And meditation came to me at a time when I've always been, I guess, in my younger years, I was always a little anxious and things. And when things went wrong for me, in particular in my 20s and late 20s and 30s, and I went off the rails. Let's just put it bluntly, I went right off the rails. And meditation was the one thing that was recommended to me by a counselor. And although I had had some experience with it before, I hadn't really gone deeply into it. And meditation is what pulled me back and gave me hope, because it helped me to deal with my anxiety and with panic attacks, which I'd never had before. I didn't even know what it was. In fact, I remember it one time lying in the lounge room on the floor, and I actually thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know anything about it, never heard of, what it was, what a panic attack was. And I remember experiencing it. It was a very frightening thing. But I got to understand it, and I got to understand myself so much better through doing these meditations and finding these moments of stillness. And so to this day, you hear a saying that says, you teach best what you most need to learn. Well, the wonderful thing is about this is, because I keep sharing my knowledge on meditation, I keep learning more about meditation myself, because it's a practical tool that I need it to keep my balance, to keep an even keel in life. Otherwise, I know, I get the signs. If I don't do it for a period of time, I know when things aren't going well, and I'll flip off the rails. So I use meditation and I use affirmations, and I love diving in and learning so much more about it. So that's why I just wanted to give you a bit of a rundown on what I do. And I'll say a quick hello Adele. Thank you. I'm having a great day. Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate it. And Elena and Gita. Hello, welcome. So that's a little bit about my use of meditations and affirmations. Although I don't repeat them constantly, I do affirmation recordings. I'm very, very aware of what I put into my mind now. Very, very aware. And I catch myself if there's any negative talk going in. I can really tune in and catch myself and go, pull myself up and go, no, cancel that. What are you thinking here? So I'm a real believer in the power of thoughts and how the thoughts can help us to shape what action we take later, and then ultimately the outcome of our lives. And I'm just going to have a sip of my tea here. I love my cup of tea. I might even do, I think Joelle suggested to me do a tea meditation or something, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I might even do a tea meditation sometime. It's beautiful. So I will tell you that I'm doing the Consciousness Creators along with, now where's my list? My list has disappeared. Let me just go to here, open up this other one. There. Okay, so I'm doing it along with Vivienne, who's a spiritual medium. I'm doing it along with Tony, a certified mindset coach, and Colette, who's tapping girl, EFT and tapping. And I will tell you, tapping has helped me. I remember, again, only about 5-6 years ago, went through a traumatic time. I had my jaw broken, and I used tapping for healing, the emotional side of things. Amazing. And of course, Lute, self-empowerment music artist, my brother over there, and of course, beautiful Allie O'Shea, who is the organizer of this group, and Sheb, who's a health and life coach. And my time will be happening on Fridays. When I say Fridays, that's Fridays for people in the Northern Hemisphere. So it'll be, Europe and USA. But anyone in Australia, it's going to be very early Saturday mornings, my suggestion is. So Australia, Saturday mornings, but for the rest of the world, it's going to be the Fridays. And that time will be confirmed leading up to it. I'll give you a rundown of the time beforehand. So I'll just say, there's a few people here. Who have we got? Laurie. I love how much you share with all of such loving guys. Oh, thank you, Laurie. And hello, Elena. Thank you, and Pat and Timothy and Kimberly. Tanya's feeling extremely loved right now. Tanya, beautiful. Very beautiful. And Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. Maybe you can post the time converter on this page. Yeah, I'm going to do this search for you right now. And I'm going to put this up. Buddy time converter. Just get to this. This is the one I use. And see how it goes for you guys. And if I can, where are you all? Okay, there you are. That's the one I use, but please feel free to use one that suits you, and you'll be able to adjust the times. But as I said, I haven't confirmed times yet with you, but I'm guessing it will be a little earlier than this. So whatever time it is now. Hello, Tony. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, so that's it. So that's all I wanted to do today. Is I just wanted to introduce myself and I'll just see if I've got my, and so what do I do currently? I'll let you know too. I run a YouTube channel. I run one called Jason Stephenson Sleep Meditation Music, and another one called Life Expansion, which is my new channel, which I do live videos from, and I'll be doing more from. Certainly next year, maybe another one this week coming. But that's what I do, and I love what I do, and I feel really blessed that I'm in a position to do what I love. I really feel blessed, and I never, ever, ever take any of those moments for granted. Never. Because You know, most of my life I spent a lot of time sometimes doing things that I really didn't want to do, and I remember how hard it is. But I always held that hope. I always knew deeply in my heart that things were going to change and things were going to be the way that I wanted it. So, and I think that that's the power of thoughts and belief, and how we can shape shift our life. We can create our lives even through the rough times. In fact, I think it's the rough times and the times that we struggle with are the times when we really need our mind to kick it up and to not reprogram is not the word, but just to input and to breathe, to input love, to breathe, and to trust, to throw it out there and trust in the beautiful universe. So I send you love, and hello, Philip. I'll say Tony can't wait to get started. Tony Doyle's going to be doing it as a mindset coach. Guys, no worries, Paul. I say that it's going to be an amazing 30 days, and I myself, I'm going to let you in a little secret, am putting myself through a challenge over the 30 days myself, and I'll probably talk more about that in January. And so I'm really looking forward to changes, to joining you with changes in our lives. And this January, it's going to be a beautiful thing, because there's so many beautiful people, each speaking one day of the week, and then moving on to the next week, then the next week, then the next week. We're going to have a good time. Love you guys. Go with love. That's the most important thing. Just go with love. Ultimately, God knows how long we're here for, although I'm sure we're in this universal time and space forever and ever, eternity. But in this little time on earth, go with love. That's all. And I look forward to seeing you in January 2019. Bye-bye, guys. Much love. Bye-bye.
And good evening from Ireland. This is the Consciousness Creators Group. So I'm just going to wait for some people to come in the room before I get started with just a little short introduction of how this group was formed, how it came to be, and who I am. So it's wonderful to see that there is almost 350 people in this group in less than 48 hours. Hello, Paul. Welcome. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to you all. So please say hi in the chat box if you're joining. Please share the video out. You can share it outside a group, to your own personal pages, to any groups that you're in. We want to get the message as far and as wide as possible, as well as sharing this group, of course. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Deb. Welcome. Hello, Larry. Welcome to you. Welcome to the Consciousness Creators. Hi, Jeff. Hello, Deb. Welcome. So most of you that are here at the moment know who I am. I am Allie O'Shea, an international law of attraction practitioner, a writer, a healer, inspirational speaker and public figure, and I teach the law of attraction. I'm also a coach, and I'm a wealth coach as well. So this is the Consciousness Creators. So just to tell you a little bit about how this group was set up, why it was set up, and who is in it. The Consciousness Creators was formed because one day I was doing a live, and Jason Stephenson woke up in the morning in Australia and commented on my live, "Allie, what a great way to wake up. I wish that you would do this every day." And I said to him, "You're joking. No way am I doing this every day." Because for those of you who don't know, again, I did 31 days straight back to back of lives in January, bringing positivity and law of attraction to people every single day in the month of 2018, January, helping to kickstart people so you're off to a great start. Anyway, when I finished that live, I decided to think about what Jason had said to me. Hello, Bridget. And I had a conversation with Tony Doyle. And I said, Tony, Jason wants me to do it every day of the year. And then we spoke about me and Jason doing it. And then it became me and Jason and Tony doing it. And I have co-created with so many people over this last year. It's been so marvelous that what has resulted in that is the people who are now in this group. And I'm going to take you through them. Obviously, Vivienne Cardin, she's a spiritual medium and an angel channeler. I've known Vivienne for about 5 or 6 years now, and she is one of the most authentic people in the business. She is a genuine and truly amazing, amazing medium. So she will be doing Mondays, and she actually lives down the road from me, and I will also be hosting a retreat with Vivienne in June 2019 in Ireland. And if you're interested in that, you can go to www.expansivesouls.com and look at the Soul Immersion Retreat. So that is Vivienne Cardin. She will be on Mondays. The 1st of January, however, is on a Tuesday, and that will be Tony Doyle's live hosting day. And Tony Doyle is a certified mindset coach. And for those of you who don't know, Tony Doyle also is a coach for Mind Valley. He's worked with Wayne Dyer. He's worked with Justin Perry from You Are Creators. And he does all kinds of amazing stuff. He's also a coach and works for lots of non-profit organizations over there in the United States of America. Hope you can all still hear me. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Joelle. On Wednesdays, then, we actually, sorry, I forgot to mention, I've known Tony since he watched my January project. He watched every single day of my January project, and that is how originally I think we met in Abraham Vortex group, and he asked to work with me, and we are now creating workshops together. That is how myself and Tony came to be friends, and we've known each other for about a year now. And as I said, myself and Vivienne have known each other about 5 or 6 years now. The first meeting I had with Vivienne was actually a reading that she did for me. So, hello Dorothy, welcome. Then we've got Colette Liose, who is AKA Tapping Girl. For those of you who don't know, Emotional Freedom Technique is what EFT is short for. And Colette is fantastic at what she does, and she incorporates the law of attraction in all her work. All of these people are high vibratory, professional, wonderful people, the best of the best. I don't work with anyone that I don't resonate with or vibe with. I've known Colette probably about a year at this stage, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 2 years. And actually our friendship, I think, originated in Abraham Vortex Villa, which is one of the very first Abraham Hicks groups I joined. And I was actually an administrator in that group for about a year and a half. And if you don't know my story to do with Abraham Vortex Villa, you can go to my website, and it's all up there, my journey with Abraham Hicks and the universe. On Thursdays then, we have the fantastic Bryon Smith, and he is a self-empowerment music artist, say it the right way around. And for those of you who haven't heard his work, it's amazing. His channel is 3E Empowered, Enlightened, and Evolved. And his music is also on YouTube. So make sure you go ahead, subscribe to his channel, and click the bell button so you get notified. There is a video on this group page that my husband Paul very kindly and fantastically put together with one of Luke's songs that he has not yet released, and very kindly let us use for the Consciousness Creators group. So we're very grateful to him for that. It's a fantastic song. Scroll down the group page if you haven't listened to it. It's really beautiful, and it shows pictures of all of us. Thank you, Deb. She says she's getting chills as you speak. So I've known Lute probably again in and around the year mark. Lute originally contacted me and asked me to be a friend of his. He'd seen me do live somewhere, and he sent me through one of his songs, and I kind of was like, okay, I'll listen to it whenever I get a chance. And for whatever reason, I did listen to it and I loved it. I can't remember now which song it was of his, but I really resonated with it and I loved it a lot. It might have been his I Am, because I have an I Am as well. And I, in return, after listening to his song, sent him my I Am meditation, which, if you haven't heard, is up on YouTube. And we became friends and started having video calls. And Luke's an amazing guy as well. He reads so much books, so much spiritual books. He has a ton of information, and really looking forward to having him in our lives. He also incorporated me into his song Vibration, which is also available on his YouTube channel and on iTunes to purchase. And on Fridays we have the fantastic Jason Stephenson, who is a meditation and success principles trainer. And if you don't already know or don't already follow Jason Stephenson, he has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube on one of his channels. He has about 3 channels. He has sleep channels, and then he also has life expansion, where he goes live like he'll be doing within this group once a week, talking all things spirituality, positivity, law of attraction, etc., and consciousness. And that is Jason Stephenson. And the funny story behind myself and Jason Stephenson's friendship is that, hi Stacey, I was hosting live workshops here in Ireland probably about 3 years ago now, and recommending Jason to everybody for his meditations, and never knowing or realizing that one day we would become best friends, and that he would become like my long lost brother that I never had, and that he would be calling me 3 times a week. Back earlier at the start of this year, Jason watched one of my lives, and he had stopped doing lives for a little while, and it inspired him so much to start to do lives again that he started giving me shout outs on his videos. And I was jumping up and down on my bed going, oh my God, I recommend this guy. This is so amazing. Wow. It was sort of a little bit surreal. And I know that my friends now who know of Jason and watch him are like, oh my God, it must be so amazing to be friends with him. It is so amazing to be a personal friend of him. Myself and Paul have become very close with Jason over, as we have with all of these people over the last while. And they're, as I say, all amazing, high vibratory, amazing, professional, wonderful people that are going to kickstart your year off to an amazing start. And I am so honored that they are joining me and everyone else in this group to co-create and to bring this stuff to you guys. I, of course, then am going to be on a Saturday, and I'm an international law of attraction practitioner, writer, healer, and coach. And then we have the beautiful Sheb, who is all the way over there in Australia, neighbor to Jason as well. And myself and Sheb have probably been friends for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I believe we first met again in the Vortex Villa. She might correct me if I'm wrong. And we just really resonated with each other. She is a health and life coach, and she does have another title as well, but I can't remember it. But she will tell you that when she comes on. She has just hosted her own retreat in Australia and does amazing work as well. And so she's a beautiful person. And as I said, so honored to be working with all of these people. The way this group is going to work is we want everybody who comes on the lives and who watches the replays to share each and every person's video that you watch out into groups, out onto your personal page, anywhere you can, to share it. We're doing this stuff for free to kickstart your year off to a great start. So all that we're asking is that you share it out, whether we're live when you're watching or whether you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, please do let us know that you're watching the replay. It's nice for us to know that you've been on the replay and have seen it. Each presenter will put the day before what time they are going to go live at the next day. It will be in their own time zone. So please do not pester each individual presenter asking them what the time is in your time zone. Please use a time converter on Google and work out the time difference. We have a lot of work to do anyway, and now we're doing this. We have extra work, so please be mindful of that and just work out the time zone difference using a time converter if you don't already know the differences between each time zone. Of course, there will be some lives that you will not be able to watch while they're live because you will be asleep. There are people from America going to be on this live, people from Ireland, and people from Australia. So please be mindful of that too. Within the group, it's great if you can post positive, uplifting posts, but nothing negative. We want to keep the vibration as high as possible. And we love to see your posts and your faces. The more action, the better. Let's keep the momentum going, guys. January is still 1 month away. Happy 1st of December to all of you. I see Tony Doyle popping up there with hearts. Hi, Tony. I'm not sure if you saw my spiel about you, but I did talk about you earlier. Welcome. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Carmel. So, not sure if there's anything else. That's how the group came about. After I had had my discussion with Tony and Jason, I contacted Colette, Lute, Sheb, and Vivienne and asked them if they'd like to be a part of it. And that is how the group came about. So we are hoping that you are going to really enjoy it, love it, be as excited and as passionate about it as we are, and support each and every person as they each bring their own elements of joy, upliftment, knowledge, and high vibrational content to you guys. So if you have any questions, I'll stick around for a couple of moments and then I'm going to love you and leave you. While I wait to see if there is any questions, I'll just shuffle some law of attraction cards and then I'm going to get going and I'm going to have my dinner. So really exciting stuff, guys. I hope that answers any questions you may have had. I hope it introduces you a little bit more to people, who they are and what our relationships are. We are all connected after all, and so it's really exciting. A great start to the new year. Yes, absolutely, Carmel. So I'm just going to pull you guys. These are the Law of Attraction cards from Abraham and Esther Hicks. Before I go, pull you a card. It says, how perfect is that? The law of attraction is my life's basis. Since the law of attraction is the basis of your experience, an understanding of it is essential to living life on purpose. In fact, understanding the law of attraction is essential to living the life of joy that you came forth to live. We're all here for the joy and the expansion, here to enjoy every single day. So for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. I have been Allie O'Shea. I'm sending love from my heart to yours. Thank you all so much for joining me. And hello to anyone watching on the replay. Please let me know if you watch the replay by putting #replay. And we will see you all very soon. Hopefully the other creators are going to come on and introduce themselves to you, but they will let you know that in their own time if they are wishing to do that. So thank you all so much for joining, and I wish you all a good evening from Ireland. Thank you for the hearts. Sending love. Namaste and good evening.
Hi everyone, good morning. This is Thursday morning, 7 a.m. I thought I better quickly jump online and give you all a quick introduction to who I am. So first of all, I want to welcome you all for being here. I want to thank you for trusting us and helping you all kickstart your 2019 year of positive vibes, good vibrations, and I just want to say thank you for allowing us to collaborate as one. Hi, Allie. Lovely to see you here. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll just quickly kickstart because I know you're all very busy. It's just going to be a very brief introduction in terms of what to expect, who I am. So again, I'm Sheb and I'm from Newcastle in Australia, which is north of Sydney, so not far from Sydney. And I'm here to basically collaborate with all these other amazing coaches to absolutely bring some beautiful vibrations and uplift the consciousness and energy in our environment, because I can tell you what, we all need some positivity. Indeed we do. So my journey started in the healing arts almost 10 years, more than 10 years ago, as a massage therapist. I started working with individuals on a soft tissue level. And over the years, my journey evolved because I found the physical symptoms that I was working on was mainly a manifestation of what those individuals were thinking. So I discovered something totally amazing, and I just found that I needed to explore this a lot more. So long story short, my journey evolved from a massage therapist to then studying an exercise sports science degree, which I integrated both movement and physical therapy for my clients, which then evolved into more of a mindset life coaching. So I believe that a lot of people that were suffering pain and physical symptoms had a lot to do with what was going on in their mind, what was going on in their thinking, and how those thoughts and feelings were causing some trapped emotions. And so I studied the likes of people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Tony Robbins. I became one of his life coaches. Also, I studied people under Bob Proctor. I became one of his consultants. So I became obsessed about the mind, and I just wanted to learn more and more about how the mind worked and how we can, while understanding how the mind worked, how we can ultimately shift gears and create and manifest the life that we ultimately want to live. And I can speak from experience. I have suffered in my life depression, severe depression and anxiety, which led to all kinds of illness and disease. And just through self-healing and through positive affirmations and just working on my mindset really helped alleviate those symptoms. So my passion in my life is to help others on that same journey and help others create the life that they want to live by implementing all these various strategic interventions. And one of them are things like mindfulness. So mindfulness is something totally out of this world. It's like thousands of year old type of intervention, which is now starting to make it back into the mainstream in a fierce way. Hi Jason, thank you for watching. Oh Jason, I've got to tell you a quick story about Jason. While I was suffering depression many years ago, I took up meditation and I started to listen. Jason actually was one of the YouTube channels who I started to listen to, and it helped me immensely. And then I started to recommend Jason's YouTube channel to my clients as well. And then to finally have met him on Facebook and then be friends with him all through the connections through Allie, who I also met online. I mean, we're all just interconnected, aren't we? We are just all interconnected, working towards a mutual outcome, and that is to help bring and lift the vibrations of our community, of our environment, not only in our internal environment, but also our external environment. And we're going to do it, guys. We are going to so do this. 2009 is going to kick off with a blast, and I feel so blessed, and I feel just so much gratitude to be able to be doing it with these guys who I just love, the commonality that we all have. We all have shared different modalities, but we all share a common outcome. We all are here to help each other grow, and that's ultimately the ultimate goal, I suppose, in terms of what we are doing here. It certainly is an awesome meetup, Jason. I'm super blessed about this. Paul is asking, are you all moved into the dream home, Sheb? Allie said it is awesome sauce. We are working on it, Paul. We are certainly working on it. It is happening. We are certainly manifesting. We've manifested some amazing goals in recent times, and that's something I'd love to share with you all in due course, of course. Hi, Gregory. Welcome. So I do hope that you join. I do hope that you join us. I will be on the 7th day at 7 a.m. So that's the Sunday. So the 7th day on at 7 a.m. So, and we're going to be talking all kinds of things, from how we can shift our mindset from negative to positivity, how we can implement various strategies to recreate our life. If I can shift myself out of depression and anxiety, I am positive and certain that you can as well. And through applying some strategic intervention, through some coaching that we're going to be working with you throughout the month of 2019, I have no hesitation that this is going to create some amazing results for your year. Good morning, Tony. So good to see you guys here online. Thanks for not leaving me alone. I thought, gosh, 7 a.m., who's going to be up watching it this time? But you're all here supporting me, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the support. It's all about helping each other grow, and ultimately that's why we're here. So again, thank you very much for watching. I should all let you go because that was just a quick teaser and a quick very brief introduction into who I am, what my history is, where this all sort of came about, how I got to meet all these lovely people, and then we're going to dive deep in 2019 and bring you the most amazing year possible. Absolutely. Expansion, totally. Not only on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, and also on a mental level. So that's exactly the one of the three areas that I'll be discussing more. So if you imagine, say, the spokes on a wheel, if one of those spokes end up coming off, what is more likely to happen? Are we going to continue to drive that wheel? Is that wheel going to continue to move on? Well, that's the same thing with our life. So if we find that one of those modalities are loose, whether it's our physical well-being or mental well-being or spiritual well-being, what is more likely to happen? We're all likely to obviously create some disharmony in our lives. We become out of alignment. So we don't feel like we're living our purpose, our life, and then that becomes disastrous into one's life. So what often tends to happen is that uncertainty kicks into these individual lives, which turns into fear, which ultimately creates anxiety, which turns into depression, and then ultimately, the next thing you know, they find themselves in this downward spiral. This was me at one point in my life. And so if I can change, anybody can change. And I'd like to inspire and empower individuals and just showing them how I made it through. And if I can do it, anybody can. So that's me in a nutshell, guys. That's me in a nutshell. So thank you again so very much for joining me. I cannot wait to share some more information and co-creating with all you co-creators. Thank you to my team who's showing some unconditional support here online. I feel really grateful. Thank you all. Have a fantastic day. Can't wait to connect with you. Bye.